Alright everyone, how's it going? My name is Freeman Fitness and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the most healthiest breakfast that you can make every morning, which is my go-to breakfast personally, and one that I have pretty much every day. So obviously the title of this video is something like the most healthiest breakfast ever or something like that. Obviously I've got to draw people in, I've got to make sure people are clicking on a video and wondering what is the healthiest breakfast in the world. However, I want to make a little disclaimer first off in the video so that I don't go too far in without saying it. And that disclaimer is that there is no one healthiest breakfast in the world that's going to make you achieve all of your fitness goals and dreams. It's just not realistic. But, however, this breakfast is probably one of the healthiest there is out there in terms of the ingredients that I use and the benefits that they have. So it's very much up for debate. If you have a different breakfast that you like to eat in the mornings, make sure you comment it down below if you think it's healthier than what I've got in front of us today. And let's get straight into the video. So I'm going to step to one side and future me is going to edit in a shopping list right there. And we're going to go through each of the ingredients that I've got and a little bit about them. So to start off, you would have seen them already. We have Quaker oats. Now, you can get any brand of oats that you like. I personally prefer Quaker. I feel like they mix a lot better than some of the other oat brands that you get out there. But that is the first ingredient, and as a lot of us know, oats have so many different benefits, which I'm not going to list today because I'm not a nutritionist and I don't know all of the information that there is out there. However, I do know one thing, and that's that oats are very healthy. After oats, we're going to need some milk to put on top of those. Get that down on the shopping list. I've gone for, as you can see, as usual, my lactose-free option. You can use normal milk, you could use whole milk if you want into bulk, maybe skimmed milk if you're cutting down, or as well if you're cutting down you might want something like oat milk or almond milk as a low-calorie option. I personally wouldn't use water as I don't think it makes the oats taste very nice. I feel like it needs something in there from the milk to make it taste that little bit better, but that's just my opinion. Next, we need something to sweeten those oats up. So I've gone for honey. As we know, it's a whole food, a natural ingredient, and that's sort of a common theme with the ingredients that I've gone for today, is I've tried to get in as many whole foods as I can. So you could use something like golden syrup in replacement of honey. However, obviously because honey is a whole food, golden syrup is not. Honey is a little bit better, in my opinion anyway. Also on the list, we've got some form of nut butter. I've gone for peanut butter myself, as I've never tried almond butter before, and it is actually really expensive. I think I've seen in the shops before you can get almond butter for something like £6 for a tub, whereas if you get a jar of peanut butter you're looking at more like £2. So in terms of price, and as a uni student myself, peanut butter will always be king. Next, I like to have a bit of chocolate in my oats. Now I'm literally going to use 1 square of this, so it's not going to be too high in fat. However, I feel like it gives it a really nice taste. Of course, chocolate is very nice. And chocolate is a healthy fat as well, but if you do eat too much, it's not going to be very good for you. But 1 square will be absolutely fine. And the last ingredient, something new that I've added into my oat bowls, which is actually really beneficial if you want to keep a good and healthy digestive system, and it's ground cinnamon. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that is what it is anyway. So I've started using cinnamon in my oats because apparently it's really good for your digestive system. And since I've been using it, I have been noticing a difference, I won't lie to you. So we'll get that on the shopping list as well. And that's essentially what's going to be in the oats. Now also, I like to accompany my oats with a little fruit smoothie. What I like to go for is somewhat of a summer berries one. So I've gone for some blueberries, which I won't tip up too much because I don't want them to fall out. We'll get them on the shopping list. And I've also gone for some strawberries, very classic option. Strawberries do go well in most smoothies. Now you could use something like blackberries or raspberries, but I've gone for the berries that I like the most. So essentially choose the berries that you like the most. And also, I don't like to use water in my smoothies because I feel like it doesn't taste the best if you use water. So I've gone with orange juice as sort of my liquid in the smoothie, because you do need some form of liquid in there, otherwise it won't blend very well. And it's not going to go on the shopping list because you get it from the tap, let's be real. We've got some ice. Now if you put ice in your fruit smoothies, it gives it like a really slushy-like texture. I really like that from a smoothie, so I definitely recommend putting a few cubes of ice into your smoothie. So that's your shopping list. Take a screenshot right now. Go and get that from your shop, and now we can get on to making the breakfast. Okay, and we're ready to begin. So first things first, I highly recommend that if you don't already, you get yourself a food scale, it's going to be so much easier to keep track of what it is exactly that you're eating, and you'll probably be surprised at how little or big certain portions are depending on the weight of the food itself. I feel like for oats, you get more than you would expect, whereas you do get stuff like cluster cereal where you get much less than you'd expect for the amount of grams you're putting in. So it's definitely worth investing in a food scale so you know exactly what you're eating. So we're going to put a bowl on there right now to begin. And first things first, we're going to go in with the oats. Now, because I'm on a bulk, I'm using more than normal. However, I'm only using 60 grams. Some people may say you need more in a bulk, but I found that personally 60 grams is about perfect. Okay, so that is roughly 60 grams of oats. And now we're going to go for the milk. So for the milk, I like to times the amount of oats I've had by 2.5 and then add 25 in milliliters. So because I've had 60 grams of oats, I'm now going to be using 175 milliliters of milk. And for example, if you have 40 grams of oats, you would times that by 2.5 to get 100 and then add 25 onto that to get 125. So basically, with the other ingredients, make sure you keep them the same in terms of the volume from one to the other. But we're going to go straight in with that now, 175 mils. Okay, that's 175 mils of milk in. Obviously take it with a pinch of salt. If you do have about 100 grams of oats, you're going to be looking at 275 milliliters of milk. So just make sure you keep the measurements exact, because I feel like I've really nailed it down with this. So next thing, we're going to go with some honey. Now, because I've had 60 grams of oats, I'm going to be going with 10 grams of honey. So essentially dividing the amount of oats by 6, and that's how much honey we're having. So I suppose you could say 1 part honey to 6 part oats. And that's really going to give it a sweet flavour. Now we're going to go for the peanut butter. And again, as I've used 60 grams of oats, we're going for 15 grams of peanut butter. So it's going to be 1 part peanut butter to 4 parts oats. I think you find that roughly a teaspoon, like a heaped teaspoon, will give you about 15 grams. Let's see. Right, so I've got 16. I'm 1 gram over, and I'm not going to worry about it too much.
Into the mouth.
So after you've added in the peanut butter, you're going to have a dollop of it in the middle of your dish. Now what I like to do is I'm going to grab a piece of dark chocolate. Okay, and I'm sorry if the camera angle just changed a little bit there. My phone glitched out, but I think we're okay to continue. So, as I was saying, 10 grams of dark chocolate. I like to make sure that my pieces are exact. Now what I'm going to do, there's that peanut butter in the middle just now, and I'm going to press the chocolate onto the peanut butter and sort of push it in a little bit. Now I feel like this is a little bit OCD, it's not really something you have to do, but I feel like it cooks better if you do it like that and kind of push the peanut butter and the chocolate into the oats a little bit. And the last ingredient for the oats is of course the ground cinnamon. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to measure it exact, I'm literally just going to put a little dash in, just like that. And that is going to be the oats. What we're going to do now, pop them in the microwave for 1.5 minutes. Your chocolate probably might not be melted, but we'll get to that after it's cooked. But I'm going to put it in right now, and then we're going to start on the fruit smoothie. Alright everyone, that is the oats done. So I'm going to try and tilt this as best as I can so you can see inside, but the chocolate isn't quite melted. I don't know how well you can see that. And that's okay, because if you know about microwaves, you know that the middle bit of your dish at the top is going to be the bit that's going to be the coldest. So as you go down and to the sides of the bowl or the plate or whatever it is you're cooking in, it's going to get hotter. So if you just continually mix that in, you'll start noticing that the chocolate is going to melt and the peanut butter is going to go around as well, making sure that we don't have one big clump of peanut butter in the middle, because that wouldn't be good. So I can't show you this right now, but I'll tell you what it's looking like. We're getting darker. So if you're cooking along with this at home, you should notice that the chocolate is beginning to melt and the oats are turning brown, which is exactly what we want. And you just want to essentially keep on mixing that until you don't feel any chocolate in there, because it should all get melted through. And as you keep on mixing, you're going to notice that the mixture itself gets a little bit thicker. That is of course because the chocolate and the peanut butter are getting mixed around as well, so they are naturally thicker ingredients. And eventually you should get something like this. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to tilt it, but there we go. That is the best I can get for you, because I don't want my oats to be falling out of the bowl. So it's going to look brown and it's going to have a consistency if I pick it up. where it's quite thick, but you can see it's still got a little bit of slosh in there, a little bit of liquid, and that's exactly how we wanted it. So that is the oats done. I'm going to put them to one side, keep them for a cheeky thumbnail, and now we're going to go into the fruit smoothie. So as I said, use whichever berries you want, and I suppose the amounts that you use will depend on what type of berry it is. I would say for a small berry like blueberries, so if you're going to replace blueberries with raspberries for example, it would be the same sort of thing. We're going to go for about 50 grams. So all of these smaller types of berries. So this pack was a 150 gram pack. I don't know how well you can see that. And essentially that means I can get 3 fruit smoothies out of it, which is perfect. Same thing goes for the strawberries. It's a 300 gram pack, which means I can get 3 lots of 100 grams out. So that's the next ingredient. We're going to go with 100 grams of strawberries. If for some reason you want to replace strawberries, I don't know why you would. They're probably like my favourite fruit, but you could go with a blackberry or a raspberry or just any type of berry that you like. Now, I'm not sure exactly what constitutes your 5 a day, but me personally, I would count each of these portions as one of your 5 a day. Let me know in the comments if that's enough. I personally don't really know if it is or not, but it's a reasonable amount. I would say it counts as one of your 5 a day per each portion, but let me know. Finally, we're going to finish it off with the orange juice. Obviously, it's important to get some sort of liquid in your smoothies so that you can actually blend them. And we're going to go for 150 millilitres of orange juice. You can use water if you like. I would say definitely give orange juice a go though. Or you could use apple juice. That is a good point. So apple juice, orange juice, any kind of fruit juice that you have. But like I say, I personally recommend going with orange juice. Now that we've got the ingredients in for the smoothie, we're also going to go with ice. Now, there's no particular amount of ice that you should have in there, but me personally, I put in 3 cubes. I feel like that gives it sort of a perfect slushy texture. But bear in mind, these are the size of my ice cubes. So if you've got smaller ones, you probably want somewhere in the region of 5 to 6. I just like to have it as a sort of slushy, so that's the reason why I've gone with so much ice. And I know I said I don't rate water in smoothies, but you don't really taste the ice. Obviously you don't taste water either, but the fact that there's orange juice in there, that already gives it the flavour. So that's the reason why we've gone with some ice in there as well. So we're going to blend that up, and we're going to give it a pour into my little Nutri-Ninja mug. I proper got it kitted out, went and got a NutriBullet, Nutri-Ninja cups and all that stuff. And probably is that is probably one of the reasons why I have fruit smoothies. But I definitely recommend, if you have one of these or if you don't have one of these, to definitely either use it if you got it or buy one if you don't. Make sure it's on nice and tight as well. I hope you guys heard that. I mean, I say it in every video. If you didn't hear me, I mean, you already know what to do. There's a like button down there. You gotta press it. Come on, guys. I need those likes. I need to help with that algorithm, and every like that I get is going to help me to get seen by more people. So make sure that you be a hero today and leave a like. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already as well, because we are on the way to 250 subs, and we're not far away right now. We're on about 227. So if there's just 23 people in this entire world that watch this video that can click that subscribe button, that would be amazing. So essentially, that is the breakfast done. I'm going to get a lid on this, and then we're going to show you it together. So, 1 fruit smoothie, 1 bowl of oats, and that is the perfect breakfast. So, I'll bring up some calories and macros on the screen for you there. It's going to be my left and your right. I have learned it by now. So as you can see, it's not got a ton of protein in there. However, it's got enough for a breakfast in my personal opinion. I like to get my protein in later in the day, where I'd have stuff like chicken, mince, any sort of lean meat like that. Even stuff like bacon and eggs for a sandwich in the later afternoon. But as a breakfast, I like to have something that's quite high in carbs and sugar, as I feel like it really does just fuel me up for the day. So that is the calories and macros, as I say, and I'll take them back off the screen now. I need to take a thumbnail with these, and that is going to be the end of the video because I've made it all for you. So like I said, make sure you leave a like and a subscription down there, and thank you very much for watching everyone. If you do want to see more of these, make sure that you comment it down below and tell me. And thank you for watching. Take care, guys.